Okay, I've done a little surgery. I've removed the parietal bones so that we can get a look at some of these interior features of the ethmoid bone, sphenoid bone, and temporal bones. So I'm going to start with the temporal bone. It's this one in brown, looking at some of these interior structures of the temporal bone. The first thing to identify is this large raised area, this whole raised ridge on the posterior aspect of the temporal bone. That's the petrous portion. And the petrous portion has, as part of it, this internal acoustic canal, so an opening in the petrous portion. You'll also be able to see the, if I tilt the skull right, the jugular foramen. And the jugular foramen is this opening between the temporal bone and the occipital bone. You will also look for the carotid canal. And the carotid canal is this one that's traveling through the petrous portion of the temporal bone. What looks like the opening to the carotid canal, that's the foramen lacerum. So this is the foramen lacerum over here. It's filled with hyaline cartilage in a live skull. The sphenoid bone consists of the lesser wing and the greater wing, and then the rectangular body of the sphenoid bone. This Turkish saddle right here, where the pituitary gland would be sitting, that's the sella turcica. These openings, the eyes of the manta ray, those are the optic canals that open to the back of the bony orbit. Just below them, a bigger, more jagged opening, that's the superior orbital fissure. Then there are a few more foramen to identify. One, this perfectly round opening on either side of the Turkish saddle. There's 1, 2. That's foramen rotundum. And if you traveled through foramen rotundum, you'd end up in that inferior orbital fissure. Beyond that, you'll see what looks like an exclamation point. And the body of the exclamation point, that's foramen ovale. And the point of the exclamation point is foramen spinosum. For the features of the ethmoid bone that you need to know, that you can see from the interior side, the part that sticks up like the shark's fin, that's the crista galli. And the part that's perpendicular to that is the cribriform plate, which is the plate with all of the holes in it. Those holes are the olfactory foramina, allowing your sense of smell